Hey everybody, Nick here. Welcome back to the channel. I wanted to talk about the Asteroid 2024 YR4. I think that's their name they're giving it. And it seems to be on the news and people are talking about it on YouTube and things like that. Now, people have to realize there are tons of rocks flying out there in infinite space, okay? And millions of years ago, one big one ended the dinosaurs apparently. Throughout the history of this planet, probably thousands and hundreds of thousands of meteors and asteroids and comets have hit the Earth, okay? Now, they're giving this one a 3% chance of hitting Earth in 2032. That's a pretty slim chance of it hitting. But of course, I was reading an article and it's saying that the probability keeps going up based on the data they keep getting. So who knows? Who knows? And it's also considered a city killer, which means it could destroy a large city. I don't know. They don't know the exact size of it. They really don't have any precautions as to how to save the planet if there was a big one. I know that NASA had come up with a maneuver or something by crashing a spaceship or something into an asteroid, which changes its direction. I think they call it kinetic. I have no idea. Kinetic collision or something like that. Now that's one way of doing it, but they really don't have any other way. The other thing that's kind of worrisome is the fact that there's not a lot of investing going into, scanning the heavens, scanning space to see if there are other threats. From what I understand, there's constantly, thousands and thousands of meteors being tracked as possible, as us being a possible target for them. Now, imagine the ones we can't find or we haven't found yet. The probability of us being struck, I would say, is higher than they think. Maybe not by this asteroid that is supposed to come pretty close to us in 2032, but there seems to be no urgency in investing to scan more, satellites and telescopes and things like that, rather than we're investing in money in wars here on Earth. It's just so bizarre to me how our lack of priorities it's absolutely staggering. And that's why I have no faith in humanity, really, because we don't seem to get on the same page no matter what kind of threat there is. I just don't see us getting on the same page. Same thing with the globalist controllers that want to be the owners of this place. No one wants to wake up and see that. But do I want it to hit us and just no? I don't want to see large amounts of people dying. I really don't. I know people like to call me negative and say my videos are negative, but I'm really not at that point. I don't want to be the one cheering on a lot of good people's death, and that's just not who I am. And the animals, I mean, that's even more important to me. I just don't want the animals to be eradicated as well. I just think think of what you will about this reality and whatnot, but for me, that I really like animals, and that's no secret on my channel. But who knows what could happen? I mean, this could end up hitting the Earth, and if it were to, apparently it would likely strike the area of the equator. So it could be a country that's along the equator, maybe the ocean. If it was to hit a country like India or Bangladesh, it could kill hundreds of millions of people, because it's that big of an asteroid. If it hits the ocean, it would cause a massive typhoon, not typhoon, I guess, a tsunami, which has its own consequences. The other thing that could happen is it could enter the atmosphere and explode in the atmosphere. It may not even make it to the surface, and that could cause, explosions. By the way, the explosion of this would be like 500 times stronger than the nuclear bomb, the atomic bomb that landed on Japan, Big Boy. That is one serious explosion. That's 500 times stronger than the atomic. Don't even want to think about that. That's just unbelievable to think about. The destruction that could happen. And I know a lot of you guys are really unhappy in this life. And I mean, I'm not always happy, but I don't want that to be the way to go. If it happens, there's nothing we can really do if we don't have the preventative measures. If this stupid human race doesn't want to, invest more money in planetary security, then I don't know what else to say about that. We worry about such stupid things here rather than trying to protect. We're one race, really. It doesn't matter which color you are, but we're not on the same page. We are far from being enlightened and just, an evolved sensibility. We have no evolved sensibility whatsoever. As for the asteroid, you're probably going to get all these like TikTokers and people wanting to go to the site to see where it's going to happen just to get the clicks, and that's just humanity for you. It's going to happen. People are going to want to go see this thing or whatever, even if it just passes by or whatever. It's unbelievable. It could also cause mass panic amongst large swaths of the population, which is no surprise if you remember the events of 2020. Probably run out of toilet paper again. That's likely to happen because of this. Whenever I think of these like asteroid disaster type things, I always think of the movies, what was that, Deep Impact and Armageddon and things like that. And I don't know. It just, to me, I'm not cheering it on. But then again, I mean, if it happens, what can we do? What can we do about it? That these globalist tyrants and psychopaths are definitely they've already tried to prevent themselves from being annihilated. They've got those, tunnels and bunkers and things like that. So that they're preparing for this nonsense. They've got lots of money. They don't care about humanity anyways. They care about themselves and their rich families and other people, friends and whatever. So that they're totally prepared for this crap. The rest of us will probably just have to meet our demise should it happen. Who knows? There's always a threat. There's always something going on. In this reality, it's just always the same thing. Constant stress over dumb things. I wouldn't worry about it. I wouldn't stress over it because, first of all, we're still, 7 years away. They won't know the exact size of it until we get closer to the date. I think like 2028. They'll have a little bit better idea of the size and whatnot, and also the path that it's taking, the trajectory. So there's no sense of worrying about something in the far distant, in the distance, in the distant future, I should say. Just worry about today, and who knows? Humanity really has to start investing in that because there's more threats than just these few that we're catching. Imagine the ones that they're not. So, whatever. We'll see what happens. It's never a dull moment in this place. Honestly, there's always something. Anyways, let me know what you think about 2024 XR or YXR, whatever you want, YXR, YR4. I don't even know the name of it. And do you think it matters? Do you think that it's going to hit, possibly? Let me know what you think. And again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video very soon. Bye for now.